Hello everyone, I'm Stephanie Fink, a professor in the Liberal Arts program at UAGC. The Liberal Arts team welcomes you to our work on using OER materials as the foundation for competency-driven ePortfolio curation in the liberal arts. This project is the result of ongoing work being done by the Liberal Arts team, including our program chair, Dr. Adrianne Hanson, Dr. Cheri Ketchum, and Dr. Kimberly Luke. A fundamental issue we see facing liberal arts degree programs is external critique of relevance. As seen in this quote from Pasquarella, liberal arts degrees are valuable. However, our job is to help learners translate their knowledge and skills into real-world competencies. Thus, the inspiration for our work arose from our concern that liberal arts majors are routinely undervalued for failing to have career readiness as compared to majors in more identifiably career-oriented degree programs. Nevertheless, according to leaders across multiple sectors, liberal arts graduates have skills deemed broadly applicable and desirable. Our work addresses closing the gap between knowledge learned in the program of study and industry-specific competencies desired by employers. Our work addresses using the building blocks for competency model formulated by Career One Stop, affiliated with the U.S. Department of Labor, Employment, and Training Administration. These materials are used as a foundation for ePortfolio development across the program of study. The OER materials associated with the building blocks model are available to all users, whether within the classroom or beyond it. Integrating this free model as central to ePortfolio composition enables non-traditional learners to close both the knowledge to skill gap and the confidence gap as they pursue high-value credentials with demonstrably marketable skills. By systematically linking this industry-accepted model to ePortfolio development across the major, students craft key facets of their education for application in multiple contexts. This experience empowers learners on the path to realizing the enhanced economic return associated with degree completion because they have a direct stake in the processes and products that hold personal and professional value to them. Finally, individualized competency-driven ePortfolio curation supports diversity, equity, and inclusion by promoting, acknowledging, and valuing personal experiences and goals.
Hello everyone, my name is Cheri Ketchum. I will be covering the next 4 slides where we provide some background information on our project, our competencies-based model, and the concept of building blocks. We will then share a sample worksheet and a student portfolio. Our initial work commenced as part of a University Fellows Program grant, during which we assessed how, when, and why online programs, particularly in the liberal arts, utilize ePortfolio development to discover best practices. This research informed the creation of a system specifically suited to ensuring buy-in from students and highlighting their skills and competencies. With a set of clearly defined goals in mind, we launched into a fundamentally revised version of our curriculum. This image displays the building blocks competencies tier system. As you can see, tiers 1 through 3 are competencies that are likely gained in lower level college courses and expanded or refined in the upper division curriculum. As students identify competencies aligned with their goals, they begin to look at higher tiers and determine a plan to start working toward building skills in those areas. This image is a sample page from the Competencies worksheet, produced by using a tool at the Career One Stop site. Using this tool within a personal and portable account allows students to identify, categorize, and describe key workplace competencies. This exercise is ongoing and reiterative, where in each course students are being coached to translate knowledge gained in their coursework and their work or life experience into workplace competencies. The work identifying, expanding, and translating experiences both within and beyond the classroom is demonstrated within the ePortfolio. As you can see at the bottom especially, students are trained to think about both specific skills and ways to demonstrate them. They are also able to share specific illustrations of their knowledge and experience through the sharing of evidence in their portfolio section. The design itself encourages students to connect the dots between different elements of their lives.
I am Adrianne Hanson, Program Chair for the Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts. The Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts program is being transformed through the rigorous and systematic embedding of a building blocks-informed, competencies-based ePortfolio system within the upper division liberal arts courses. The use of ePortfolios for documenting, reflecting upon, refining, and expressing the relevance of workplace competencies gained through the liberal arts curriculum is a high-impact practice built upon student-identified paths to attaining objectives. This approach makes liberal arts education directly relevant to achieving individualized goals. By introducing competency identification, articulation, and development within the ePortfolio early in their tenure here through the Capstone Project, we support students as they define clear, personal, educational, and career goals. When these capacities are inculcated within the program of study, students can visualize and eventually actualize the economic return on their educational investment. Defining goals, developing skills, and documenting progress will motivate students to complete their degrees. As fundamental to this process, we focus on helping them delineate, document, and display their marketable skills.
I'm Kimberly Luke, a professor in the Liberal Arts program. Our team invites you to explore the tools of the trade we have gathered from courses we have revised. We hope this model for competency, application, and skill emphasis, what we are calling the CASE approach, can provide a replicable methodology for ePortfolio design and integration that can be utilized more widely across other disciplines and institutions to support student success. We have uploaded a clickable slide that allows you to access tools in 3 categories: the building blocks model, identifying competencies, and building ePortfolios. We use the building blocks competency model created by the Employment and Training Administration to help students identify and document the competencies they currently have, as well as those they will need for their future goals. Students will begin with foundational competencies that will apply in many industries and then identify industry-related and occupation-related competencies. They can build, save, and print their own customized model using the Competency Model Clearinghouse. We created an interactive to explain the building blocks model and a tutorial to help them create their own models. We created videos that help students identify their competencies based on their career skills and future goals. We embedded these videos in the first major course in the liberal arts degree, Lib 301, and in the liberal arts capstone, Lib 495. A competency checklist provides the foundational competencies in tiers 1 through 3 of the building blocks model. Students can add the industry and occupation they would like to pursue, as well as their related competencies within the checklist. Students will create their ePortfolios in Folio. We collaborated with Career Services at UAGC to produce a model ePortfolio for the fictional student Alex Jameson. Students will select artifacts such as papers and projects completed as part of their degree programs, work projects, certifications, evidence of prior learning, and a resume. The artifacts will demonstrate the achievement of students' key competencies. For each artifact they include, they will write a descriptive paragraph that describes the artifact and explains how it aligns to a specific competency. We created a video for Lib 301 that explains how to add artifacts and an artifacts checklist in Lib 495. A video in Lib 301 explains how to compose a reflection that links students' education to their competencies and goals. We encourage you to explore the tools we have developed and compiled to aid your students in defining and articulating their career goals.
In closing, we hope you will pause for a moment to reflect on making your own case for competency-driven ePortfolio development. We ask you to consider the value of our system, to appreciate the importance of closing the knowledge-to-skill gap and the confidence gap, to systematize metacognition within your program of study, and finally, to explore. Explore the possibilities that open when you acknowledge, value, and uplift learners as they discover, define, and deploy their competencies.